would like to thank our amazing sponsors, Touring Plans Travel. Their destination specialists work with you to plan and book your trip, whether you're traveling to a theme park, headed out on a cruise, or wanting to get away anywhere in the world. As experts in smart travel, their agents suggest the best itineraries and activities to fit your family's needs and handle all the reservations on your behalf. There is no cost to you or your family when using Touring Plans Travel services, and you may even save some money if discounts become available after booking. So head over to touringplans.com/travel and tell them Rope Drop Radio sent you. Now, on to the show.
Helping you navigate the Disney parks.
With the hope that it will be a source of joy and inspiration to all the world.
You're listening to Rope Drop Radio.
Welcome to another Rope Drop Radio. Derek and Doug talking all things Disney. And Doug, it has been a crazy week at Walt Disney World. A lot of things to come. We're talking D23. We're talking announcements. We're having a lot of fun on this week's episode.
Yeah, we're talking about meet and greets that were announced and already started. Which
That's
I
true.
did last week.
You did.
Crazy.
And it was on the show. So hopefully you heard that. Last week, Doug and Michelle did a Patreon episode. We had no new Patreons join us, which is sad. So if you want to help support the show, go in the show notes and click that link, and you can be better than a bear at Walt Disney World. That was a terrible transition.
It's unbearable.
But a bear, it was unbearable. Wow, that was unbearable. There's a bear at Walt Disney World.
Yeah, I wonder if he had a park pass.
Oh, I like it. I wonder if he was trying out for Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah, he tried to hop before too.
Oh, man, all sorts of puns that we can do. We're going to talk more about this and some other things on Patreon. So a lot of good bear jokes. Thank you, everyone who texted us about the bear being in Walt Disney World.
Yes.
No, it was not Doug and I dressed up. It was a real bear.
It was.
So, but I think this transitions even more into Apple Podcast reviews.
That's right. Leave us a 5-star review. We will read it on air eventually. And if you leave us reviews, we don't cry ourselves to sleep at night.
That's true.
So this review comes from Mama Bear.
What are the odds?
What are the odds? I mean, this review was left April 14th.
Wow.
And
foreshadowing.
That's where we're at. This Mama Bear knew what was to come. All right. Here's the review from Mama Bear. This show's advice works great. 5 stars. Just wanted to drop a quick thank you for this podcast. I binge listened over the last few weeks while planning our trip. Using this show's advice, we had an awesome day rope dropping Magic Kingdom yesterday, hitting more rides before 11 a.m. than possibly the rest of the day. Thanks again for helping our trip be a success. Double exclamation mark, Derek.
Ooh, I like that. From Mama Bear. Thank
Mama
you.
Bear.
Can you get your kid bear out of Tom Sawyer's Island? They did not talk about the bears coming to Walt Disney World at Destination D23, but they did make a ton of other announcements, things that we get to look forward to, discuss, and things that can help you plan in a trip or make you excited to want to go back. And so some things have already started, some things are coming soon. These are my favorite types of shows because it does help me oh yeah, I got to get ready to book again. I got to start planning now. Oh, I want to make sure I see that or do that, keeping it on my radar. So Doug, we're going to go through the whole list of things today and discuss them. No particular order.
No particular order, but we are definitely talking about what's coming to the parks.
So we're going to start with something that's coming because I just watched Ahsoka. And Ahsoka is coming to Star Tours. Mandalorian is coming to Star Tours. Also, Doug, why is Chopper at Disneyland and not Disney World?
Dude,
you think there's only one Chopper?
There's only one Chopper, but focus, Derek.
I will.
Focus.
I'm sorry. I'm still frustrated by that.
Keep it on the announcement. They announced something about Ahsoka. And then I would say, yes, they announced that Ahsoka will be becoming part of Star Tours attraction at not only Disneyland's Hollywood Studios, but globally next spring. So this is for spring of 2024. You can find Ahsoka all across the globe at your local Star Tours attraction. Is this exciting? Is this good news? You give this a thumbs up?
Oh, I give this huge thumbs up. I think it's going to rejuvenate the attraction a little bit. My concern is, though, how are they going to guarantee, how many times are you going to have to ride this to make sure you get the Ahsoka and the Mando, that version of Star Tours? Do they know? They're going to be like, hey, it's going to be C, and they're just going to make sure they funnel it. No, that's going to be random. And it could be a little frustrating.
Keep going on it, Derek. You just got to keep riding.
That's what I'll do.
They have 8 gazillion options already, and they're adding to it. So that's exciting. I'm glad that this was the idea behind the updated Star Tours, is that they could change it up. They could keep it fresh. That's the idea with lots of, like, Toy Story. Do you remember when Toy Story 2 came out, right?
Yep.
And
Yep.
they, or 3, Toy
It
Story
was 3.
3
Yep.
came out, and they updated Toy Story Midway Mania. Come on,
Yeah.
keep up.
We
So
have
I'm
5
glad to
being made
see
right now.
Star Wars is doing that.
Yes.
So
Though
there you
it's
go.
taking a little
Ahsoka.
too long. Ray for
Oh yeah, we should have had Mando in there before.
absolutely.
So
So another one is Asha from the new Disney Wish movie is coming to the parks.
yeah, that's not confusing at all. Not from the cruise ship, folks.
No.
From the movie that comes out in November 22nd. There'll be a meet and greet. They do not say when. They do not say where. Well, they say Epcot actually, but they don't say where in Epcot. And it'll be at Epcot, Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris.
Well, that's good
So
for
there you
Disney.
go.
I like when they get ahead of the meet and greets instead of
Right.
waiting to see what the film does. They're planning this one in advance
They did that with Frozen. My kids actually met the Frozen characters before the movie ever came out. I remember telling the
before there was
girls,
a 6-hour line.
yeah, it was great. We walked right up, met them. Nobody knew who they were. I had watched every trailer. I'm like, this movie's going to be huge. We're going to go meet these people. And my wife's like, okay. But yeah, and it was huge.
Still
Yeah,
is.
still
Frozen
is.
3 being in the works.
You remember, first of all, people have been saying, nobody said anything good about Elementals when it came out. Go back to my trip report of our cruise, and I said I enjoyed it. It was just missing one scene. It needs a dating montage. That's all it's missing. Elementals is fantastic.
I watched it this last weekend. It was
You're one
great.
of
I
the
loved
8
it.
billion people.
Yeah, it
that
was one of
this
the biggest, most downloaded record Disney.
streaming
That's actually
ever.
the problem with Disney Plus. Is like I can just wait a few months and watch it there.
I watched it on
I'm
the
the
big screen like a
problem.
real fan. Derek's the problem.
No,
You're also
you
not
watched
an
it on a
Indiana.
cruise ship.
That still counts. You're
You didn't
not
pay
even
for a ticket.
I paid for a cruise. They count it in the box office. I
No,
think.
they don't.
Oh, they totally do.
Okay.
They make one hand pay the other to make the numbers like it has to math.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. Because so Asha coming to the parks, you know who pays the salary of those character handlers, the characters, everybody? It's the movie studio. It's
Yes.
not park operations. So that's why sometimes we get them right away, sometimes we don't. Because usually when you wait, it's because park operations finally like, all right, we're tired of people asking for this character, and they do it. Kind of like what's happening at the Magic Kingdom. This isn't part of the show, but Encanto has a meet and greet that just opened where Merida was. We missed it by a day on our trip, Derek.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, that's about time as well.
Right, because it's no longer the movie studio's
Yep.
budget, it's the park's budget. So super complicated. One hand has to pay the other to make the accountants happy.
There you go.
Okay.
So another thing coming to Walt Disney World that's already at Disneyland, the Hatbox Ghost.
Yeah.
Because everyone has been screaming. Every time I go to Walt Disney World, the Magic Kingdom, I go and I say, "Where is the Hatbox Ghost?" Every
Do
time
you?
I go,
Every time?
yes, I go to every blue tent and I yell at them.
Wow, that's aggressive. And
Yep.
we don't recommend that, folks.
No.
Anyway, late November 2023, the Hatbox Ghost will be appearing. Basically, they don't want to close the ride during the Halloween season, so it makes sense.
Or Halloween parties makes sense.
Right. I would guess they're going to close this right after Halloween, and supposedly it's going in the elongated hallway scene,
Yep.
which is before the seance, so
Yep.
it doesn't really make sense.
Doesn't
and
make
people
sense
are
at
all
all.
upset. They have some reason it makes sense, but I'm not buying it. I know how ghosts work.
Yes.
Yeah, facts.
Of course. The one
Hatbox.
behind
Why
you.
are you so excited about Hatbox Ghost? I don't.
I'm being
it's-
sarcastic. I'm not at all.
Oh, it's a.
No.
I don't. I get it's got its fans, but okay.
Yeah. Keep some things at Disneyland, some
Like,
things at Disney
right,
World.
and maybe fix some of the other stuff. Just
Yeah,
saying.
well, we're
like,
going to get to
I don't know.
that. So,
Are we? Oh, the
Uh,
next thing.
yes, they're going to fix something. So, what was it, a week ago, 2 weeks ago? Doug and I said
The-
next time we're at Walt Disney World together, you and I are doing Country Bear Jamboree. We might not be able to because it might be under refurb.
Right. We talked in our show. We did our TPS report. We talked about how we can't believe some of these songs are still there.
Yep.
Like, whoop, Little Buford. Come on. It's 2023. So guess what? It's ready to close its doors and have a rejuvenation of sorts. And it will be the Country Bear Musical Jamboree. presented in Grizzly Hall. So, same characters, but putting some love into the attraction and characters with new songs and acts. So, they did preview one of the new songs, Derek, and it was by Michael Utley, who was seen playing alongside Jimmy Buffett forever and ever. He's written more hit music than I think you can shake a stick at. Like, he's won so many Grammys, it's insane. But he was playing the Bare Necessities in country style. How do you feel about Bare Necessities of all songs coming to the Country Bears?
Kind of makes sense.
Does it though? None of them are Baloo though,
Oh, that's true, but I mean,
right? Like I I do
um,
not care because it's a great jazz song and we're gonna
yeah.
country it up, whatever. I'm okay
Here's the
with
thing.
that.
I'm gonna go with it, and Doug and I are gonna do it
We're
together.
gonna. I'm excited to go watch me some bears now.
Yes, more bears. Oh wait,
More
I said that, and
bears.
then a bear actually came into the park. So
Right. But yeah, it was hilarious. They announced this and we got tagged all over the place about
we
how
did.
we
Thank
said
you.
they needed to remodel it that week. So that's what we do here at Rope
That
Drop
is what we
Radio,
do.
folks. So, but
All
yeah,
right.
it's good to see it will reopen in 2024. It'll be interesting what their definition of 2024 is. Like, is it April? Is it November? My money's on November
Okay, we might miss
because
it.
they don't use it during the Halloween parties.
Nope.
It's actually a candy. Oh, but they can't remodel it with. They can't have people walking through there. They could have people going through there. I guess this is. I don't know. We'll find out.
They can move a candy bowl.
Right. Well, it works pretty good how they do it.
I
It's
know
pretty
it does. It
slick.
very does. So
They know what they're doing with their candy distribution at the parties.
that's so let's move out west for one. So Avengers campus has been a little lull, and now they're finally going to bring that e-ticket there. So we know a little bit more about the Avengers ride coming to Disney's California Adventure.
Right. Like, so they showed us the ride vehicle, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's like, it looks like six people sitting in a vehicle. My gut tells me it's going to be more like, they didn't really tell us anything about it, did they?
Just that you're Thana, or you're going to go
You
through like jump
jump
points.
from planet to planet, right?
Yeah. I mean, this was supposed to be the ride that goes
Open.
with Chad before he
Bozewick.
passed away.
Yeah. This
And it
is
was
the e-ticket of the land.
yeah,
Spider-Man wasn't even supposed to be the e-ticket.
no.
This was supposed to be it. So at times it was compared to Soarin', but the ride vehicle looks more like Rise of the Resistance, but shaped different, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know how that jumps because it's a trackless thing.
I thought it was going to be like Guardians of the Galaxy meets Rise. That's what I'm feeling.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the weird thing. This week at Disneyland, they opened a new gift shop. The gift shop is literally the entrance to this attraction. So are they building the attraction or are they just turning it into a Spirit Halloween for Avengers?
Oh, I hope so. It's good stuff. I
I
think
mean,
they've been working on this attraction since before the land opened. So they've been just trying to figure out how to make it work. I think there's a lot of money involved because if you're like, hey, Robert Downey Jr., how much are you going to cost? You know, they're trying to figure
yeah.
out how to get the most amount of actors and characters back. If you want to understand that more, enjoy the Marvel show on the Disney Wish,
Yeah.
where
Which they
you find,
updated. They just
yes,
updated and they added Spider-Man. So Spider-Man's now on the Wish. Instead
I
of
saw that.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yep.
So interesting. Interesting choice since they don't really own all of Spider-Man. I'm surprised they want to go with that. Anywho,
So
all right, what's next?
one of my favorites, maybe my favorite announcement, because I called this a long time ago. Last time I was at Tortuga Tavern, I said, wouldn't this make a great Pirates bar? And after I went to the Den of Destiny, that little pop-up bar for
Mm-hmm.
Indiana Jones, I thought the same thing. And when they announced it, I go, wow, Disney read my mind, or they had a listening device when I talked about it. Because
It's all in your
Tortuga
magic
Tavern,
band.
it must be. Tortuga Tavern, never full, okay food, been there a few times. It's going to become a pirate bar. And I am so excited for this one.
So what do you say to the people that's like, oh, now we have bars in the Magic Kingdom?
It's about time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think this has got to be? I think it's going to be more like Oga's, where it's reservations.
Oh, absolutely.
It's not going to just be wander in and get get a couple drinks.
Yep.
This is going to be a reservation sort of thing, like
Yes,
Otis,
it
I
is.
believe.
It's going to be packed.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it because if it's done well, I think it's going to do very well. But I am amazed at how long it's going to take for them to build it. Like the Den of Destiny was like, hey, Indiana Jones bar starts
Well,
tomorrow.
they put up like a banner and called it a day.
Yep.
Yeah. Did they give us a date on this one? I do not have that info in front of me for some reason.
It's
It
coming like
vanished.
it's going to be a while. I know it's
Okay.
late.
So, all right. There's a bar.
I would
Derek's going to
assume
go.
you go to Spirit Halloween, you get all the pirate garb, after the
Mhm.
Halloween sale, and then you just fill that bar, and you got to start.
So that means the pirates will all be extra small and extra, extra large.
Well, that's what pirates are.
Are they?
Makes sense.
Well, after Halloween sales, that's all you
There
get
you
at
go.
Spirit Halloween, the XS and the XXL.
Okay.
All
All
right.
right.
What's next,
Next,
Derek?
the World Celebration to open in December.
Yeah, with a new show, Luminous.
There you go.
So we're taking Luminations and Harmonious,
And
and
making
we're gonna
Luminous.
smush them together,
And I feel like that's exactly what we're gonna get.
which is what we deserve.
It's what
We
we should
don't
have had in the
deserve
first
better.
place.
Yeah, they
We didn't need to
pivoted
spend
too
money on
hard.
floating tacos.
No tacos needed. I think there's going to be water screens. I don't know.
I don't
Pure
know.
guess.
I fireworks. All I know is they're going to make it so you can see 365 degrees and like no matter where you're at, you have a view of something.
There's one place you won't have a view. Topolino's.
Oh,
Okay, anyway,
wow. That was a good
Luminous.
one. Threw
Yeah,
me off guard for a second.
I know. Luminous, the Symphony of Us will begin on December 5th, 2023. There you go. Yeah.
Yep.
The pictures show lots of fountains in the water. So I don't know if it's going to be water screens, but lots of fountains
A
and
lot of
lasers.
fountains. People like fountains.
Lasers and fountains.
There you go. Well,
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see it. I will watch it. I'm excited. R.I.P. Harmonious.
Yeah.
So the next one, you missed, I missed, but it's coming soon. My wife's actually going to be there. It is Moana coming, finally opening after being built for like 7 years to Epcot.
Oh, yes. Journey of Water will open.
Yes,
Is that October 16th? Something like
it
that?
is. Yep.
Somewhere in there. And there will be a meet and greet with Moana, which why didn't they tell us this long ago? Like, hey, we're building out a specific meet and greet space in this. That already sounds better than the attraction where you
I
wave at
agree
water.
completely. Still don't understand why it
I
took
don't
5, 6, 7, 8 years
understand.
to build.
I don't understand
water
why they
park.
built it.
I
It's
don't
not
get
even a
that.
water. If they're going for Splash Park, they failed.
Yes, that I understand.
Yeah,
Here's the
that's-
funny thing is I can't wait to do it. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm jealous that my wife is gonna be there and be able to see it. But I'm gonna do it once, and then I'm gonna be like, huh, that was it.
You're definitely going to get her review on Patreon at least.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yep.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, I'm just glad there's a character meet and greet there. Solid
Yep.
decision, Disney. Although it's not going to be inside, so fail.
Yeah,
It should
I
all
agree.
be inside. Yeah. All right.
All right. A big one, Test Track is being updated, which I thought this was fascinating when they announced because this one I didn't see coming. I love Test Track, but I saw some of the pictures that they want to do, and I said, yes, put a story behind it, put some love in there, bring back that World of Motion feel, and I think they're going in the right direction.
Yeah. I mean, it's all good things, but I feel like there's like 3 other pavilions we could have
Oh,
updated
absolutely.
first.
Did Test Track need to be updated? No, not right now. It does
No,
break
it has
down quite a bit,
lines.
though.
I think the reason it gets updated is part of the contract with Chevy is
Yep.
we're going to pay X million dollars every year. On your end, you have to keep it fresh, I think every 10 years. So here we are. They're
Yep.
late again on their deal. So, but yeah, I like that they said influenced by World of Motion. Because World of Motion was kind of funny.
It
In that
was.
satire sort of
Yeah.
way. It had humor, satirical humor. So I would like to see that rather than just like, we're computing your aerodynamics. I think
I agree.
this version of Test Track, though, was perfect for my age of kids.
Oh,
It
I
existed.
100%.
Like,
It's Declan's favorite ride. Yes.
Right. When it reopened that way, it grew into just perfect for that late elementary through teenage kid being able to design a
I
car.
hope they still have the make the own vehicle. Like that's
I
just
do
such a
too.
fun thing.
I don't know how that fits into a storyline, but
It's
maybe it will.
test. There's I don't know,
Yeah,
something.
well, yeah, there's something.
All
All
right,
right.
the next thing is there's something happening behind Big Thunder Mountain, Doug.
Yeah,
I thought it was swamp water.
it is. Well,
Oh,
that's where the bears hang out. But they didn't really tell us anything, but it will be the biggest expansion ever in the history of expansions.
over 20 acres. 30 acres, something like that. It's a lot
Yeah,
of land. I
it's
looked on Google Earth and I'm excited for it. I don't understand how I'm going to walk. That's a lot of walking, by the way.
just to get back there, it's a thing. It's a hike. Because you kind of got to go past the Haunted Mansion or Small World show buildings to get back to the
Yep.
space, but
Well, and
it
I
is what
think
it is.
the one thing they talked about was the villains area. And I think they're really taking a play off Epic Universe with Universal Monster Area. And they're seeing if that does well, then absolutely Disney Villains is going to do fantastic.
I think so. I hope that's what it is because you have your fantasy land for all the heroes, and then you
Yes.
can have like your anti fantasy land.
Yes. I think
Because
they
we
could
have
be.
new fantasy land, this could be bad fantasy land.
Oh,
Maybe not name it that. That'd be
no.
bad. That's horrible marketing. Could you
Yes.
imagine if they do that and they give it to the marketing team? All right, go sell this. Well, it says it's bad, but that's not what it means. It's bad, like bad. No, it's bad. Okay, I'll be
Well, I
quiet.
don't want it to be bad. I want it to be good.
Good, bad.
And I think it could be really good. And so this one I'm
So
excited
yeah,
for.
yeah. And like
But
maybe
I
it will come when our
well,
children have children.
this is 5, 6 years. If you're like, hey, I can't wait to do that, this is
Mm,
not your next trip.
when they announced Tron, they already knew how to build it, and that took 7 years.
Yeah.
So this is blue sky. You can't on this announcement. There's nothing more other than we're gonna build something big.
Yeah. This
Maybe,
is a decade away.
yeah, yes. There you go. I
You
think
know
we
what?
can agree there.
Over under decade.
From
So we've been doing this 7
2023.
years. So
So in
17 years.
so,
Are we still going to be doing Rope Drop Radio in 10 more
what else?
years?
What else are we gonna be
What else
doing,
are we going
Derek?
to do? Got
Yeah.
it.
What else am I gonna be doing? I'm gonna be empty nester.
I will not be.
So, so 2033. Will we be walking around land behind
Yeah.
Big Thunder Mountain? I'm gonna say, I don't know. I think it's over. I think it's over 10.
Okay, I'm going to go under. I'm going to say 9. I'm going to
How
just,
about
okay, you got one.
we
Snack
set
bet.
it.
We
Okay,
totally
we
will
set
forget
it
this snack
at
bet.
we set it at if it's 2033, I win. If it's before 2033, we'll
There
do
you
January
go.
1st.
Sounds good. We're going
We'll
to
totally
forget
remember this.
Yes,
Someone's
absolutely.
gonna remind us.
Hey, Patreons, let us know.
Yeah, remind us in a decade that who
Yep.
was right. Maybe you'll open in 5 and you'll just be like, "Here's 2 snacks, Derek."
I love it. Yes, I'll take 2.
I already owe Wes a drink on a cruise because of stupid Colorado and Deion Sanders.
I know. Snack bets. I love snack bets. So at least you don't owe him a blue milk.
Oh no!
That could have been
Out of
bad.
principle, I'm not going to buy him one of those.
All right. Next one. I was really excited to hear, and I think it's really needed. Zootopia finally coming to the animal kingdom. But it's not going where you think it's going to go. It's going
No.
into the tree of life.
Right? We
So,
kind of
what
thought
happened
it
to
was
A
going to get a
Bug's
whole
Life?
land. It's old. It's dated.
Oh.
It's
That's an understatement.
yeah. I love it though because little kids scream. Zootopia, I think, will do great in there.
I agree. Absolutely.
I think
I just don't know how they're going to theme it to in the tree. I'm very intrigued by it.
I mean, it's a hollowed out tree stump. A fox, a rabbit makes total sense.
Okay.
It's the hippos and rhinos and that stuff being on screen that won't make sense.
Yep.
So maybe more the idea is you go into the tree and then like the theater out into the world. I don't know. That's why we're not Imagineers, Derek.
No,
Lots of easy fixes though. You can, I mean, if we can go into the monster world to watch comedy, I think they'll figure it out.
You're right. Well played.
But I'm excited.
Oh my
about
gosh,
this.
it could be something like that. because it is
It could
theater,
be.
comedy,
Maybe you get in
Zootopia
one of the little
comedy.
tubes, right? Like, you know how they had all the little tubes to move animals around, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
You
I
could,
don't
yeah.
know.
So, I'm thinking of the Minions over at Universal. It's just a
Hmm.
screen. Okay, okay, they got some
Oh,
things. I'll
there's
be excited. I'll,
options.
I'll do that one. The other one happening in Animal Kingdom,
Hmm.
Dino Land is no longer going to be around, Doug.
No, my favorite themed land is gonna
Finally
become
coming to an end.
it, and it's a combination of Encanto and Indiana
Yeah,
Jones.
two things that, peanut butter and jelly right there.
So it makes sense. I can see it. So because like the fourth Indiana Jones movie was set in South America, right?
Yep.
So it's the Americas, like Southern Americas is the theme. Central America, South America, that's kind of the land. And they show a picture and you can see the house from Encanto. You can still see, and that's like where Primeval World was. There's a roof over Triceratops Spin. You can see Restaurantosaurus, although it's in slightly the wrong place.
Yep.
It needs to be further back. And then it looks like there's a temple over the dinosaur attraction. So I would guess that would be Indiana Jones. But what you can't see in this, what I hope is there is an animal habitat. Like you get to see some South American animals. We've
Oh, I
talked about this
agree.
before.
I think, yes,
Like we
absolutely.
we've mentioned this before, at least I have, that Animal Kingdom is missing South America and Central America flora and fauna. This would be an excellent chance. There
Yep.
is space behind where Primeval World was to do some animal enclosures, maybe even a short walking trail. It's not going to be nearly as big as what you see in Africa or Asia, but you could see some tabers, some leopards, jaguars, lots of monkeys, lots and lots of monkeys. And that would be a good addition to the animal side of Animal Kingdom. They have
Yep.
not added animals to Animal Kingdom
In a long
in a
time.
long, long time. They've added Everest,
Those
they've added
banshees
Pandora.
on your shoulder, those
That's
aren't real.
not a real animal. So this is a great opportunity for them to do the zoo thing, even though it's not a zoo. If they don't, that's what would disappoint me. If we don't get food, also or get animals, also food wise, can we talk about an opportunity here to possibly have some real like South American, Central American? I'll even take Mexican food. Like we don't really have that in the parks other than
That's
Epcot,
true.
and that
However,
the
I do
counter
have a
service comes from
concern.
Cisco. Yeah,
Restaurantosaurus is going away,
I know. Where will you get your sand buckets?
or just chicken nuggets in general.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't think they're worried about that. You know what? It'll probably still be burgers and chicken nuggets after the initial menu doesn't do well. But what we don't see in this, they just have trees in spaces where like the boneyard and that playground. So who knows what they will do?
Well, who knows? Like, there's going to be an Encanto attraction.
Where
They haven't announced anything with the attraction
and let's hope they keep the ducktail meet and greets
somewhere in the parks. I actually am
because
hoping.
you know.
So for me, I want to see Encanto meets Mystic Manor.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
that's just something I thought about, and
that'd
I
be
was like,
cool.
that. Yes, I
That
think
could
that would
work.
work really well.
Yeah,
Everyone loves Mystic Manor, and people have been screaming for that to come, something similar, that technology to come here, and I think that would work for that attraction.
you know what
Now,
also work?
oh,
The theater next door. Sorry, Nemo. But an
yeah,
Encanto show would make
yeah,
total
I agree.
sense.
No, it
Like
totally does.
it's a musical.
Yep. Sorry,
Okay, what were you
Nemo.
saying? Sorry, I
I was gonna say,
interrupted.
Indiana Jones. I hope
Hmm.
it's not just a exact thing that they have out west.
I don't think so. I think it would be similar, right? They'll use the same track layout. Like
Yeah,
they've done that with other rides, like Frozen and things where same track layout, but you redo everything. It won't be as dark, it won't be as frightening, and there won't be dinosaurs. But hopefully it will. I haven't seen the newest one because I'm not Derek and I'm not a huge Indiana Jones fan. Oh wait, Derek hasn't seen it either.
I know.
Um I don't know where it's set, the Dial of Destiny. Do you know where it's set? Did they ever go to
No,
South
I'm
America?
going in blind.
Because
Completely going in blind
I
on
am
this
too.
movie.
But the Crystal Skull is South America, so
Yep.
it could be Crystal Skull themed. I
That
don't
movie
know how
doesn't
you feel
exist.
about that. It's good. It's not bad, Derek. It's good. It's not amazing. It's not great, but it's
No,
good. Crystal Soul
it's
is
okay.
fine.
All
It is
right, all right.
fine. Just fine.
Okay.
All right. Have we beaten this one to death
Definitely,
here?
yes. So one that came that they announced, and then it was like the next day, Figment.
Yeah.
And you met him.
I met Figment. He
And
hit
he's
me with
there
his
still.
tail. Yeah.
Yep,
Somehow he survived more than a day. He barely made it though.
he did.
Lines haven't been too bad. Just go ride the ride, meet Figment. You don't have to ride the ride to meet Figment. You
Also,
can enter the exit.
I wish they would brought back Dreamfinder with Figment. Just saying. That would have been a little bit better for me.
It would have been a lot better, but
Yeah,
yeah, it costs paying, two characters to be there.
that's true.
So
That's
that's
true.
all it
So,
is. Yeah.
all right.
So Figment's back. Go meet Figment in Imagination.
Yep. And then the next one I think is fascinating. Soaring Over California is
I
back.
mean, random, right?
Very random. But you understand why, because they're redoing the ending of the other one to fit the new Epcot. But I'm like, why did you need to
Right.
shut down one to put in the other?
Right. If they're gonna open the World Celebration in December, they can't be showing the old Epcot. So, I mean, it's better than them just having it be dark, right? They
I
could have
always
just
thought
closed
one
it.
theater should be over California.
I agree, but and then if that line becomes too long, then you do two theaters of California. But I don't think it's that easy to switch because it's the programming for the chairs, right? But I don't know
In
how
my
that works.
brain, it's easy to switch, Doug. You
So
flip a
you get
switch.
your
There's one
you get your
switch.
floppy disk, and
Yep.
you put your floppy disk in, and
Yep.
boom, you just
Done.
switch that out. Yeah,
I don't understand
kids
why they can't just
kids don't know what a
Star
floppy
Tours
disk
that
is.
thing.
Yeah, I'm confident it's a floppy disk at Star Tours or Soren. I'm just something about it tells me that they got their 2 megabytes floppy disk ready
But
to
this one
roll.
did come like out of the blue. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Didn't see that one.
That's an announcement.
It is. You know what? And thank you, Disney, for keeping us on our toes here at Rope Drop Radio.
Yeah, you got us. You got us.
So the question is the next D23. That's the
So
big one.
this
Oh,
one wasn't a big one. This was just
no.
a Destination D23 announcement thing at Disney World, where
So
they announced more than at the actual D23.
they did. So last
Yeah.
D23, we got nothing. The treasure, the name, that's it. And Happily Ever After coming back. So a lot of people have been speculating that this next D23, because Bob Iger's back, is going to be really big. In fact, they're making it earlier, which I thought it threw me off guard. It's August 9th of
Yeah,
2024.
instead of September.
Yeah. So do we think they're going to make a lot of announcements and go really big for this next D23?
I think it depends on how long the writer's strike and actor strike lasts.
I
If
could
it
see
goes
that.
on past Christmas, once we get past Christmas, if they're still on strike come January 1st, I don't know that anything's going to move forward because, like you pointed out, like the actors for some of these attractions, it's important. Like you can't
Yeah.
get a Avengers attraction if you don't have Avengers.
Yeah.
And the writers, I don't know if theme park writers are different than there's got to be some overlap, right?
Oh,
So
absolutely.
that's got to impact things. Clearly, Country Bears is fine because they're composing music. Music writers are not on strike, so that's good. But I think next level announcements, because they do a lot of movie stuff at D23,
Yes, they do.
and that could be, if it goes past January 1st. Actually, a lot of people have pointed to Christmas is going to be done by Christmas, which is a long ways away. I think the writer's strike is going to have way bigger impact on the next D23 than we understand if it gets past Christmas.
Yeah, that the Marvel one will be a little kind of weak, and stars, you never know.
Right.
The question is, am I going to go again?
Yeah. So I will most likely be moving someone into college.
Yeah.
So that
I'm
makes
not
it
going to lie.
difficult.
I was really upset with the date change because
Yeah. September almost works better.
That's the first week of football practice. That's like the
Oh,
week
and they
before
have
the
it every
kids go
day
back to
then.
school. Yeah. So I don't coach, which is fine, but like that's a really busy week. But I am tentatively planning on going. I would love to go again and enjoy D23 because I'm a Disney fan.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Well, and like you don't want to take the last week before your kids go back to school and basically abandon them, right? Like the last week they're at home and you're like, "Yeah, see you later, guys." That's a hard
It's
spot.
it is. It's a really rough weekend for that to happen. So we will see. We have time, but I hope to go there. I know some of our listeners and Patreons will be out there. So that is the that's it. That is the next
I
big time announcements come.
Yeah, I think they moved it a little bit to work with the not just convention center, the arena, right?
Yes.
It's going to be at the
Yep.
arena because they finally realized, like, oh, we could actually do these big presentations in front of what 20,000 people. Like,
Yeah.
really, you just now figured this out. So tickets should be much easier to get because of that, which is a good thing, I would think,
Well, it was
right?
so frustrating trying to get into some of the presentations this last time I was there. You had to, thank you to some of our listeners. I was getting angry because you had to reserve and this is lottery system. And you have people who are like big bloggers and vloggers who got into nothing. I got into the Disney Plus one, so I was very grateful for that. And that was a lot of fun. But it's like I didn't get into the announcements or the Disney, uh, when you bring all
Parks
the
panel,
actors, no parks panel, but then also the
Marvel or
awards
studio.
or
Oh,
Josh
the like
Gad Legends,
lifetime
Disney
legends.
Legends, meeting. Yeah, I wanted to get to that
Yeah.
as well. So yeah, hopefully there's more spots and more things to do.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll do the legends in the arena. They'll do like the parks announcement in the
Yep.
arena, the studio announcements in the arena. I think there's going to be one thing each night, right? But it will be
There's one thing
interesting
during
how
the
they're
day,
using
one thing in
multiple
the late
sites.
afternoon.
Yeah,
Yep.
it will be interesting.
It will be. It'll be a good one. So hopefully some of you are there, some of you are listening. But the big thing is if you want to go to Walt Disney World because Figment just started and you want to go meet Figment, you're gonna have to get a trip booked with touring plans.
And Kanto is also there. Like Figment, you
Yeah.
can go meet not Merida. She replaced Merida. Oh my gosh, why can't I remember her name? Maribel. There you go.
Mirabelle, yes, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah. Go
So if
meet
you
her.
want to meet any of them, that is opening October 16th. You got the rest of Moana opening. So a lot of fun things at Walt Disney World. Also some discounts kind of happening right now. So
Uh-huh.
hit up touringplans.com/rope drop. It's in the show notes. Get a quote from them and get down there and let us know how much fun you're having, which means you got to follow us on social media at Rope Drop Radio. But we have to get on to the Patreon show, which we'll be talking about bears and more. And if you want to support the show, we would love that. This keeps going because of your support and your love. That is also in the show notes as well. But that is all the time that we have. So for Doug, I'm Derek. You've been listening to Rope Drop Radio.